bit of an update for you to show you how lucky I've been, really. I was getting the car seats back up, the rear seats back up into the rafters, being that they're very large. They were struggling to get through the standard gap I've got between every truss. So as I did with the car doors over there, I thought I'd make myself a little attic hatch. Not a safety issue really, because there's plenty of rafters or trusses in here, so you know, you put a cross beam in and you know, you're pretty safe. So I've made a nice big, or I was making a nice big attic hatch to get the car seats up. And what did I do? I thought, oh, here we go, I'll just get the saw, start cutting along here from this side. What I didn't realise was the electric wires to the light was sitting hiding behind the beam on the other side. So I'm going along with the lights off, with the lights on, sorry. Next minute, pop, flash, and everything goes off. And the system is obviously up to scratch, so it tripped, and I'm still alive. It earthed immediately, and I wasn't the earth, otherwise I wouldn't be here now. So yeah, very lucky. So I am in the middle of rejoining these two with these connectors. I'm now an electrician.
Smooth, smoochy, slow, slinky, so damn funky. So dirty you just couldn't deal with it. So funky you just had to get with it. Grasping, grinding, a fluffy feeling.
Bought myself a fantastic tool, a crimping tool. It's called a Fat Max, Stanley Fat Max. Get yourselves one of these if you're ever crimping cables. It is amazingly time saving. So there you go. Seats are safe, I'm safe. I'm in darkness, but let's get the lights back on. Looking a lot better. We've got a problem, I'll show you in the other video, with the sun damage on the top section of the back seat. I'm gonna have to try and find a spare fabric. I'm loath to get them redone because the Ford Sapphire textile on the all the remaining areas is absolutely top notch. Give or take a couple of fag burns somewhere, but I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get the top section semi reupholstered if I can find that fabric or something similar to it. But anyway, let's show you this. I can't find this material anywhere. I can't even get it remade anymore. This beta cloth that Ford did. It's the Executive from the 2000E. So it's the top stuff, very comfortable. Anyway, so these are my two. These are the two of my cars. Another one there. About a year and a half ago, I found a lower seat on eBay that I completely forgot about. Let's get the light over there a bit more, as we're up in the dark up here. What I'm trying to get at is, I could probably get someone like Aldridge or a professional company to take this material apart and use it on the back seat. That's my theory. I mean, it might not be, there might be some funny bits, some funny patterns, but I think we'll have enough. You know, look at that. Sorry about the light, guys. But there's the other side too. There's the front edge. Right, I think from down around there, over the top and down the other side, it's going to be almost enough for that back seat. It's moving the wrong way, the material, but hey ho, it's better than what's there at the moment, and it's also better than having to choose something else and do the whole back seat. So that was one of the greatest discoveries of mankind. I'm going to get out of here now because it's hot, it's middle of summer. You don't want to spend too long in a dusty attic at this time of year, but yeah, we'll come back and we'll get onto that when the time comes. And also I need to revisit some of this stuff and repack it because I need to find the front pair of that. Make sure it is a front and not two rears. there you go, that's what else I've been up to, which can now live in the fully completed restoration area, restored parts area. It's the Manifold, which has come up lovely. I'm really happy with that. Sandblasted, and then, or did I sandblast it in the end? I can't remember. I tried to, but I think in the end, I see in the video, I think I wire wheeled in the end and it was good enough. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, there we go. Bagged up, and it will come back out when we're ready. Okay, we need to remove this entire bracket. You can see the spot welds, can you? There, 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 and there. So there's 4. Looks like only 4, unless there's one possibly there as well. Yeah, 5 or 6 then. Let's get going. Well, here we are again, and I decided to remove it. I was getting nowhere with the shooting in the dark, really, trying to find the spot welds to get it off the upper inner wing piece, which as we're replacing, I thought, well, that bit's rotten anyway, let's just cut it off roughly where we're going to replace it, up to there, and that allowed me to get this off. Which the complicated part of this is all still intact, all fine. It's the upper part which needs replacing. Well, folks, I'm just back from the club weekend in Smeaton Lake up in Newark. Had a good time. This is the Monday. Got back last night. I only went there for the Saturday night and Sunday, so I missed the quiz and I missed all the kind of stuff that happened on the Saturday, but I had a nice chilled out weekend and spoke to a few folks that I'd never met before. It was really good, and I won a good prize in the raffle, which I'll tell you about later. But yeah, it's given me a bit of enthusiasm tonight, and despite me tweaking my knee. I've got a swollen knee, which is probably arthritic now that I'm getting on. It's yes, a bit worried. Doctors on Wednesday. Main reason I'm worried is if it's chronic, I'm not going to be able to kneel down so easily to get this car finished, but I'll find a way. But I'm limping like a pirate at the moment. First things first, let's get this on, well, not on, but cut ready. Then we can do our little mock-up of what goes where. Right, we've cut this out very crudely. Let's put it over there for you. That's how it lines up. I can get that. I've tidied up at the inside there a little bit, so it's going to sit. Obviously, it's going to sit where are we? On there. So I do need to shave it down a bit more. I haven't cut it to size just yet on the depth. Got the length, of course. So that's going to sit like that. I can't really clamp it in. It's just I got no clamps that'll curl under there. Hang on. And clamp it in. So never mind. It's just by hand for now. We just need up to here. It stops there because this takes over the role of this. I seem to have discovered. That's fine. Which is there on there, just before the next recess, which is gone on that one. The left-hand support pillar. So obviously you're going to match these two. This is the underneath now, and it kind of, you see this little bit here. That I just, you can see that there. Get a light. Let's get a light on it for you. If my light does not run out of battery. There you go. So that's where it goes, and that lines up then nicely with the holes, or it would do if it fitted. So at the Cortina weekend of the weekend, people were saying about certain replica parts not quite fitting, and they're from different manufacturers. So one, you know, I think these are genuine Ford replicas, but not sure about this. So this is slightly too wide, tiny bit, so I need to shave a bit off here, which will allow me to push it in. Well, luckily I kept the old one, which ain't too bad. It's just at the top here, it's all gone, and I got a bit scared about having to make these recesses and this kind of curve here, so I bit the bullet and got got Expressed, the wonderful people at Expressed, to make me one, and it came within like a week and a half. Very good service. So it's sitting a bit proud when it comes to the top there, a bit too proud I think. So I'm going to measure this and here, and that's my bearing on it, isn't it? 1.5. 1.6, it's like a mil, 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter. That's a lot flusher there. That's coming. So that millimeter makes. But yeah, that does feel more correct. So we'll shave a millimeter off that bottom of that. Before we do, let's just double check anything. It's like for like, isn't it? It's fantastic. But we can just see, I found something. He's coming down there like that, and this one. This one bends in. It's always been bashed in. That's yeah, I think it's had a bash. This one hasn't, so maybe that was the reason. It needs, maybe there's a crease in the shell that it needs to conform to. That could be the main reason actually. This side, so it's a bigger lip there. That's shorter. Yeah, that's not quite as. There's the same. Oh, no, there's a bigger lip on that. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. I think that's possibly our problem. It might need to be folded on itself and then shave a mil off, and we should be good. Right, leave it with me and I'll come back to you.
Let's cash in. And we get together and we chat about the week in music. So of course we had to talk about Glastonbury, and we thought ahead of Glastonbury, let's do some specials. Let's have some. Gonna play some Radiohead, Night Train, because this features in the bed, and then we're going to talk more telly the other side of this, and potentially more sandwiches as well. We'll see how we go.
Go.
No sandwiches.
Okay, here we go. Getting in the swing. Well, this is what I was doing. I was just we had a good weld here. There's a couple of pinholes that need filling, but at this end, on the inside, it was you can see it, but the lip there was loose. So I could have just blobbed a bit of MIG in there, but I thought, well, it's a flat edge meeting a flat edge. Where's my finger gone? There. So I thought, yeah, let's get the spot welder in, and it wasn't quite pairing up there. There was air, and the spot welder was having trouble the first few goes, and even with clamps, I couldn't quite get it to bond. So I used better clamps, and we managed, and longer on spot weld, and we got it to do its thing. I've got 2 spot welds now. They're not massively great because, where are we? Yeah, see, that was wrong. There's 2 there. They're probably not the best in the world, but they do strengthen this quite a bit. You never know, do you? You might get a nasty side impact one day, and it's just the more the car's rebuilt better, the better, a bit stronger. And then now we'll carry on, and we will start on the fabrication of this, rebuild this area. But tonight, because I'm feeling a bit tired, I'm gonna just do a bit of wire wheeling of the old inner front wing. Right, rear windscreen, bottom left corner. As you look at the car, we have corrosion, and I have a spare piece that I've cut out of the donor car, which is much better condition, but it's layered, it's double skinned in places. Show you the profile of how it looks in in there and gets right along there. That's what it looks like. So that piece there is that piece there, and it kind of comes in a bit on itself, and it's a straight edge on, well, the final lip of this panel here. And then if I stick my finger under there, oh, can you just see? Can you see? Can you see? Maybe not, but it's flat. It's good. It's good under there. So I need to come in with the angle grinder very gently. I don't want to attack this bit at all. We're going to have to cut out just the top layer there. This bit again is double skinned, and I'm going to come up to about to there, and let's see how that looks. So, right, I'm going to get cutting. Cut out the first bit and just see exactly what's underneath. Very careful. Tried not to cut anything below this, and I knew that there was something there because we have the donut. So we got there a bit of seam sealer there in its raw form, factory seam sealer, rusty old bit. I've come down off the lip because I just think my welding will be hidden there, whereas if you had to weld on the top, which, you know, side of it's good, but come down out of sight, so the welded part, as good as it might turn out to be, will be hidden by the boot, just about. And then we'll have the nice new bit. Is that a dent in it? Just the light. Maybe it's had a dent in it there. Oh, I take it all back. Oh, too late now. Yeah, look, it's had a bit of a bash there. Bugger. It's barely visible. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's the shape of it. Maybe it's the shape. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm up to at the moment. Double skin there. So very gently we used quite a small left remainder of a blade on the Dremel, and I came in from the flip side. I came in from there and just wiggled it back and forth. No pressure, barely any pressure on it. Took a while and it was quite noisy, but it meant I haven't interrupted the integrity of the lower piece, because we're going to put our new piece on top of that. Don't really want to cut out both, because I don't have the under piece on that, do I? I don't think. Do I? It could be that bit, but anyway, we're going to do it like this, and there we go. Want to keep that because, you know, the curve, the original, nothing wrong with it, but it will mean being a bit more intrinsic with this new piece. Also, I didn't cut the back plate off the donor, and we need it here. We've got a piece of the parcel shelf in a bad way, so I'm gonna have to go out. I've still got the main donor part, so I'm just gonna have to go out there and cut another chunk off it tomorrow. That's about it for tonight. It's getting late, it's about 9:30. I might just sand that down now, make a bit more noise, and then it's time to satisfy the neighbours' earbuds and eardrums rather, and make a stop. just need this bit. You don't need that. So cut there. You need this, but not that. Right, keep that in case. Now we have the outer template. We still don't need bits of this, but we'll work back to the part, the size of the part we do need. Well, got a bit more, we can get a bit closer now to the area with all the rest of it out of the way. We also need another piece, backing plate, which was kind of goes from the parcel shelf area, back of the parcel shelf, onto the rear windscreen. The window sits in there. We need this bit too. Not all of it again. I'll go and measure that next. Right. Progress, progress. As you can see, this is precision measuring. Little by little, bit by bit. I was looking at this last night. I woke up at 6 AM with incredible toothache, and I thought, let's just do it. Isn't that much pain? Luckily I didn't, because it's not very hygienic, and infection could have set in. Right then, I'm making the back plate. This bit here, which spot welds to the actual window frame, I'll call it. I don't know what panel it is. This is the back of the parcel shelf, I guess. The supporting bracket. So this is a bit of the donut part, and it's got a slide in there. I've got too much of it, which is good. It goes all the way down into there. So, as you can see, I need hard to do with one hand, but I'll try to show you. So, it's about there. Alright, I'm trying to work out the thickness of the cut I need to make for the replacement part, and I'm thinking it probably gets narrower. I've got nothing to go off on this end because it's everything's missing, so I'm just gonna have to go very gradually. The only bit I've got to go off is this measurement here, so I've started with that, and I'm guessing I'm gonna come narrower, but as the window curves around, I mean, I could put a, I just don't know where it's supposed to end up here, do I? Hang on a sec. Right, this back plate from the back of the parcel shelf to the window frame. Struggling. If it goes underneath the upright part, it's going to be sunken too low to match the plate, this replacement bit. So, and I can't go above it. So what I've just seen on the other side is a tiny fragment left of the O piece on this side, luckily. And if you look how it lines up with this part, it looks like it meets it exact rather than go under or over it. So if you look under there, that is a flush L cut. So I think their factory have cut that out rather than it's rotted off. And I think that's where that ends. So I need to do the same on this piece. I think I need to cut an L bit out of there, about there. And then you can butt up level, then that would make sense, wouldn't it, rather than be underneath. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Thank God for this little piece left, otherwise I'd have nothing to go off. Yeah, got nothing even on the donut part. This is the piece, isn't it? Other than I cut it off. So that's my piece that I need. Okay. No, yeah, we can. I mean, that's a bit twisted. That's probably needs to be bent back into place. So yeah, I can kind of do it, can't I? I can. Right. Yes. We're getting there, guys. A bit more cutting out to do. See? Right. Not perfect. Pretty good there. Trying to work out following the line across. That's confusing me because that's the corner of the old piece, and I'm not sure which profile to follow here. Is it that one? Have I chopped out a load? What I'm gonna have to do, I've decided, I've still got to put this piece in, which I cut off there because it was getting a bit awkward. What I've decided to do is, after putting this piece in, I'm gonna tack it in with a couple of tacks, and I'm gonna get the window down. I think it's the only way, because we can't get this wrong, you know, otherwise you're not fitting the window. So yeah, that's the next plan of attack. Right then, let's give you an update on the back windscreen frame reconstruction of rot. So this is a demo cut. This is a dummy piece cut again. This piece is from the donor car. It was attached to this, which I've chopped off. Don't need all of that after all. And I chopped off the bit that goes there. It was attached to this, but it was getting a bit awkward to do it all in one, so I cut it off, and that's it. We'll come back to that later because yeah. But yeah, what we've done as well, we also chopped off the donor piece, the back panel of the parcel shelf, which is the lip that butts up against the cross frame of the window bracket. God knows what this panel's actually called. So yeah, that was rotten as well. So we cut out that you've seen before, and that was wire brush back to bare metal, and it's been zinc primed twice, ready to. I actually didn't zinc prime it before putting it on, so getting primer under there was a bit awkward. But what it did give us was the rare opportunity to get into the cavity, which is difficult to get to up to about well, all the way along really, but I was able to get into about there with some fur tan. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. All I've done is I've put some fur tan. I thought, do we spray some primer or hammerite or something? But I think fur tan is generally a rust killer, and it'll keep it at bay for years to come, and you'll never see in there. So for the visible bits, we've got primer, zinc primer on, weld through primer. The bracket is on. This bit next, like I said. So I've missed a bit there. This just about miggable, I think, all this. This is the area of concern. I've cut right on the where it flips down, so I'm not sure about this part, whether this shouldn't be here and it should be deeper there, and that's off a donor, so that should be correct. It should come down to meet there. Just want to get this bit done properly. I can't really go off this side because this side is also rotted away. You've got a tiny, what you've got to look for is tiny bits of evidence, like I showed you before about the this little L bracket cut out of this piece, and I was pulling my hair out over on the other side because mine was going over inside there and it wasn't fitting. So what Ford have done seems to have just cut that there. That's where it ends. So have I got a piece to go off for this corner? Again, I think that's all brass in there. You can't really see a distinctive curve. There's some weird stuff going on. There's some filler there. So I'll sandpaper it back and see if I can get something out of it that I can go off to make sure that I get that bit right. There we go. Welcome back to the rear window frame restoration of the rotty bits at the ends. So we started on this one. We've done the main bracket there, and then we had a little piece in the corner that was also perished. So I've made this little piece, and it looks a bit gappy from there, but when you come over, you'll see it as it is straight. So it does match the profile. I've got it, oh, moved it, did have it. We've lined it up with this piece, nice, and there, and then here I've been tapping away with this, just in this corner to get it as lined up with this as I can. It is curving, I'll do it a bit more, and then we can MIG, yeah, we've got what, a 2mm gap there, where is it, there, yeah, it's just about MIGable I think, but yeah. Quite happy with that. It's gone, it's moved in on itself a little bit. We'll try and get it out. It's quite a tight fit. There we go. Weld through, top coat. Right then folks, bit of an update on the rear windscreen corner frame. I've ground off the welds that I'd done, and well, I might as well admit what I've buggered up. I've cropped it too aggressively here, so I've got a couple of chunks out of there and down there, and I'm hoping the windscreen rubbers kind of cover the majority of that, but I'm not too sure, can't remember. But all in all, it's a good job. It took a while to get enough weld in there to seal it all up, but we got there. A bit of brass there, and that was an issue. I think it really could have done with the brazing there, but I somehow managed to cobble it because I don't know how to braze yet, but we will do in future for the other bits. Then I've managed to do my first 2 spot welds there. 1, 2, just about at an angle, and then I tried here and there's no way with the kind of spot welder I've got, so I'd have to get some more. I'll have to get some more extenders for that, but they are not cheap. They are not cheap at all to get in the angles. So we've just drilled these out, and we'll plug them because there's a fair gap there, so I don't really want that open. Might even have to do another one there too. But yeah, that's where we're getting to. Looking a lot better than it did. Just upset about this. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to put body filler here, and I'll do that next after we've finished with the welding. I think we'll put some in there just to be double sure, because you don't want any water getting in through here. You know, I think I've sealed it, but you just never know with the welding whether there's a pin hole or something, which the paint will probably fill. But if not, it's going to drip down and it's going to drip. It's going to drip here, and that's why you get these rotting. New parts day, new old stock parts day. This is coming in from Ireland, from Robin Walsh, who's quite well known in the spare parts world. This is, according to the sticker, it says Taunus there, Mark IV. It's a Mark IV crossmember. So that end panel is the wrong shape, but I need the front part. I don't need any of this, and I don't think I'm going to cut the car into bits in the front there just to put in the whole piece. It's good. My area here is awesome, as are the sides. So seems a shame to cut it up, but as it's the wrong shape anyway, there, we paid a lot of money for this piece. But as you've seen in my other videos, this on mine is completely gone. This is a brand new piece. Right, I've got that sash. Right then, you've been watching the Cortina Mk3 restoration video. That was episode 20, which we went and took out the inner sill, or started to at least, and fabricated a lower scuttle.